We are in West Melton, New Zealand, just a few minutes away from Ross's house, where we are going to partake in a very special one-of-a-kind homebrew tasting. If you guys remember, we did the random selection out of almost 500 submissions. You see, he made a beer like us with Gladfield malt and New Zealand-grown hops, and we're going to drive basically right past his house. And we are just a minute away from his house where we're going to see what he's got cooking. No way! Look at this!
Dude.
Legendary. What a guy. What an entrance.
Welcome.
Hi, folks.
Welcome.
Ross, pleasure
doing,
to
mate?
meet you.
Pleased to
Hi,
meet
I'm
you.
Nate.
Kia ora, I'm Karen.
Kia ora. Pleasure to meet you.
My son James.
James, nice to meet you. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Beautiful day in New Zealand. So happy to be here.
Always.
Yes.
So stoked to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a setup you have here. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but this is cool. Got a little homebrew set up in the back here. Let's head in and see what we got. This is Ross's homebrew extravaganza. What a place to hang out, drink a beer, and brew. This is awesome. All right, so what are we drinking?
So it's American Pale Ale with Galaxy Citra Mosaic, I think.
Lovely. So we got some Gladfield American Ale malt, the toffee malt, which we just had over at Gladfield, which we enjoyed very much. We've got some light crystal malt, and we've got a small amount of chip malt. And then in the boil, we've got some Mosaic as bittering. We've got some Werflock, of course, a little bit of Mosaic, Citra Galaxy in the Whirlpool, and then we've got some Mosaic Citra Galaxy in the dry hop. Is that at 5 days or 4 or 5 days?
4 or 5 days.
4 or
Yes.
5 days?
Yes.
Yep, this guy's fermented with Chico, US05, or L'Allemande. Oh, that
Yeah,
I
I
see.
normally use the US05, so this is what's in this one.
Okay, 40 IBUs and a little bit darker in color at right around 8 SRM. So it's called Westy
Brew
House.
House.
Yep, APA 6.6%. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's classic. It reminds me of Sierra beer. It's got that clean American style ale yeast going on. You get a lot of pineapple. Some pineapple coming forward off of that Galaxy.
Okay.
It's nice. Oh yeah. Ross, that's nice. Classic, kind of West Coast idea. Got some resinous hops going on. That pineapple character's popping forward. You know, if I had to describe this beer for a viewer at home, it kind of reminds me, it has that torpedo energy of Sierra Nevada, or Sierra Pale Ale, or something to that effect. Yeah, it's really quite nice. Has that classic American Pale Ale characteristic to it. The Galaxy shines for me in this. A lot of pineapple. I mean, if this is what you're after, brother, I wouldn't change a thing.
Right. Nice. Cheers.
So, cheers.
Thank you.
I'd like to have you guys try it. You've done a nice job with that particular beer.
Appreciate
So,
it.
what's next?
Superdelic. 99. So 99 is a throwback to an old rugby call where it actually goes back to 1974 when the British and Irish Lions toured South Africa, and they're having a bit of trouble off the ball, and there was a lot of niggle going on in the game.
Okay.
And it became a thing that after half time, when they called 99, they went in and they bashed the nearest player to them.
Okay.
And it was an all-in brawl, basically.
Some of the most appalling scenes one can ever have witnessed in a rugby test match.
So this sort of throws back to that. This is all in. This beer is all in.
All
It's
in.
got
I
everything
love
in
that.
it.
That's a great name.
So there's
great story. So for this recipe, Ross has used Pilsner malt, Vienna, Big O malted oats from our friends Gladfield right down the road, Haraway's rolled oats, and Haraway's flaked wheat. Then we've got some Gladfield sour grapes, I'm assuming for pH correction. We've got some Aurora malt, a little bit of Gladiator malt, and a little bit of chip malt. To Ross's point, this is a little bit of a kitchen sink guy, right? Kind of throwing everything at it. I like that a lot. We've done that sort of thing before, and it works out really well. So in the boil for bittering, we've got some Pacific Jade, and then we go straight to the Whirlpool on this guy with Citra, Mosaic, Amarillo. He's got some Superdelic at High Croizen, some Sabro at High Croizen, some Superdelic 5 days in, and some Sabro for 5 days. And then the water profile looks like it's heavy on the calcium chloride, modest on the calcium sulfate, and just a little bit of magnesium sulfate, I'm assuming for yeast health. And then it's fermented with verdant. The recipe is written for 27 IBU and an SRM of 6.9. And it has a really beautiful color that reminds me of Julius.
It's yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah.
Cheers.
Definitely. Cheers. Yeah.
Got some of that overripe orange character, clementine. It's nice, and then you get deeper into the aroma, and it's got that almost like hop bag punch to it. It's nice. Nice. Real orange forward, real punchy, like overripe fruits. None of that underripe fruit characteristic, but really saturated and fruity. It's nice, like orange pulp.
Okay.
I would say, so one bit of feedback on this recipe that I would give you, it looks like we went bittering hop and then we jumped straight to the whirlpool. And for me, I'm looking for a little more saturation mid-palate.
Okay.
So those hops, they hit and then they're gone, and I kind of want them to stick around for a little bit. I kind of want to enjoy them for an extra couple of seconds. So if I have one bit of feedback on this guy, don't be afraid of a little bit of hop character in the boil itself to get that beer a little more saturated.
Okay.
But construct, presentation, I mean, I've had beers of this nature that might have oxidation showing or, fermentation flaw, but there's none of that here. It's just simple, small process adjustments that can help bring it to the next level. So
Cool. Cheers.
yeah, it's wonderful.
So yeah, no, I'll take your feedback and I'll put some more into the.
Think about it a little bit in the kettle on the hot side.
Okay.
Not be afraid of. It looks like you whirlpooled a little bit on the colder side too.
Yeah.
That can sometimes, prohibit the hop from becoming saturated in that beer. And I know that it's en vogue to whirlpool at a lower temperature, but it might help your saturation a little bit more to run it a little bit higher, and maybe reduce the volume.
Okay.
Because sometimes at the lower temperatures, it can actually be a little bit wasteful. But again, I'm splitting hairs, Ross.
Awesome.
For the people watching at home, Ross has made himself an awesome beer right here. So, once again,
thanks very
cheers. So that concludes the ultimate New Zealand homebrew tasting here with Ross. He's presented us with two very awesome beers. Classic West Coast style American Pale Ale. It was an homage to a style that we love so much. The second beer reminds us of home. Classic, fruity, juicy, hop saturated American style hazy IPA, which Ross did tremendous justice. We want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Cheers. Thanks
Cheers.
very much.